So, a little birdie told me that y'all want to know what real power, what it looks like, what it sounds like, what it feels like. Someone who's ruling from a place of true authority, divine authority. And every time I think of power or something, or great leadership, I always think Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead and Michonne Grimes. Okay, uh, those two. When I say power, presence, poise, I'm not saying that they were perfect, but they were fair and they are just in how they do their thing. All right. So over the years, I've my definition of power has evolved greatly in terms of how I use it, how I see it, how I see others abuse it and manipulate it and twist it. And for me, it comes down to the person, because you have a lot of people out here nowadays that are on this power bender. They're, the ego trip. But when you start to rein your ego in and start to rule and have boundaries and exact justice for people that wrong you in the appropriate manner without getting, you're allowed to be angry. I'll give you an example, and I put this on my TikTok. All right, so at my job there have been, the Z's have been coming in, with all the goat commercials. And when I tell you, this boy weighed 250 pounds, asking me, oh, we gonna, how do you get back? How do you chisel your back? And I'm thinking to myself, I'm saying, like, you are years from that shit, nigga. Like, I'm sorry to say that, but, like, for real, you are years. Unless you trying to go on some Ozempic shit, or, like, cut out a piece of your stomach. Come on now. But, I say that all to say he stepped out of line. And he says, like, way out of pocket, like, if you look over at those cardboards again, I'm gonna give you a knuckle sandwich. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, first of all, who you talking to? Second of all, oh, you need to lay off the sandwiches, bruh. All right, so when again, like, I'm not gonna get too far into it, but, like, when people disrespect you, it is your divine right to seek justice. I didn't say revenge now. I said justice. So I guess we have to go a little bit deeper, because this young man has been late to work. He was late to the training. He comes back late from break. He comes back from break, and then he goes on to his bathroom break, so you're double late. You're talking out of line to your team lead or somebody in a position of power. Plus, you're putting things in the wrong place. You're not paying attention. You're always on your phone. You are trying to start arguments because you think it's funny or you think it's fun. Oh, I just love to talk. And I like to have fun. Don't get me wrong. But let's be respectful. All right? As a leader, you are going to have to know your boundaries. You are going to have to, come on. This is learned. All right? This is learned behavior. And obviously, this young man has been skating through life, thinking that his behavior is just. His behavior is appropriate because, all females and these females and blah, 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 these females, can't trust these females. You can't trust them. And it's vice versa too. All right? We have to reprogram ourselves. We have to level up so that we can attract in that which is for us. But the universe will test you. The universe will test you on your skills. So instead of me, getting all mad and coming down hard on him and saying all type of stuff, all I did was be quiet and let somebody else above me handle that situation, because there's no need to badger somebody or harp on somebody and they've already established a pattern of neglect for their job, neglect for their responsibility, lack of discipline. Obviously, 250 pounds. Come on. But I feel like as a leader, you're going to be required to be in a level of integrity within yourself, because once you get to that level of integrity within yourself, of truth and honesty and clarity, you will not allow anything dishonest or in your presence. You won't even acknowledge it. So I say that all to say, let's take a little pause here so that we can get to the next little segment here. All right, next. When you are in a position of power, you are hyper focused and aware that there are people around you that are depending on you and looking at you and observing every move that you make, everything that you say, or not say, or your inaction. You are the leader. You are the highest frequency within your realm. And you have to realize that you cannot allow people to come around you. You find that your circle might be little to none. All right? You don't let a lot of people around you. You understand your energy. Especially, you're listening to this, you're activated, okay? Sorry to say. Or happy to say, you are activated in a way that I can't explain, but it's there. It's out there. And people need to understand that people in a position of power, this is for the ops now. people in the position of power, and once you come into your position of power, you're not going to allow chaos to reign. All right? You will realize that chaos is demonic behavior. People who thrive off of chaos are demonic. All right? And there are books out there, good ones. All right? Go get the medical medium. All right? But once you start realizing that, you start to filter people, filter information. You will start to see the real from the fake. All right? You will feel it. You will see it. Actions will always speak louder than words, and actions cannot be hid for long. All right? Somebody's true intentions, somebody's real self, somebody's real desire, somebody's real face cannot be hidden for long. All right? After a while, they're going to get tired. All right? People who are fake leaders, listen now, fake leaders, they do this because this helps their ego, gives them power when they don't realize that slavery didn't work. So let's pause again. Here's the thing. As a leader, when you start going through hard or chaotic situations, there's going to be people who are going to come to you and they want you to vent to them. They want you to cry on their shoulders. I want you to think and use your discernment as to who you confide in. Because not everybody wants to see you prosper. Some of these people who you confide in, they want to see you fail. They want to see you fall. So what I've learned from being silent is document. Document what's going on. Document what you see. Decompress. Understand. Try to get an understanding for what you're feeling. Especially when you're going through times when you're unsure. Silence helps you figure out what is what and who is what and what are their intentions. What do they mean to do? Are they here to help you, to lift you up? Are they here to confine you, degrade you, devalue you? It's hard, and sometimes in certain positions of leadership, because you go to the person above you for help or their authority to stop a certain situation, and yet they throw it back into your lap. They put the emotional obligation of their job back onto you, and sometimes it can seem unfair. Other times it can feel liberating, because that is your chance to say whatever you got to say. You show yourself. You show who you truly are. You realize whining and complaining gets you nowhere. Actions speak louder than words. Right now, on the Rick and Michonne scale, I would be heavy Michonne right now, not letting anybody in. Training everybody to fight, making sure everybody is strong, making sure that you are strong, you are taken care of. I feel like every king needs a queen, but there are a lot of princesses out here looking to be picked, begging for attention. And once they get out of the Disney princess vibe and start take that pill and enter the real world, you start realizing that take it or leave it, bruh. Take it or leave it. I'm not explaining nothing. If you don't ask me a question, I am saying nothing. Alright? Because power does not have to beg to be understood. I do not have to beg for permission to be myself. You cannot confine me. How dare you try to confine me? How dare you try to box me into your minuscule reality, your dirty demon reality? Next, the cost of being nice versus being the truth. It took me a while. It takes me a while. It takes me a while to get there. Where, like, I just start not giving a fuck. Like, oh, this is how y'all want to play the motherfucking game, niggas? Alright. Alright. Let's see. First, I'm going to tell the truth. Then I'm going to tell the truth. Because when you're nice, you start to realize. And here's the thing. I start off with being nice, courteous, kind. Alright? Because we're going to serve up some karma today. You want it? Come and get it fresh and hot. Karma on your plate. But here's the thing. You can be nice, but again, assert those boundaries. Let your yeses be yeses, your no be no's. No he ha ha with these folks, because they're going to ask some out of the box, out of pocket questions that you're going to start to realize that, oh, you got me fucked up. You don't know who the fuck you messing with. At the end of the day, being too nice, too open to people, especially the wrong people, it's exhausting. It's depleting. It doesn't help you. It doesn't serve you. So it's time to start doing what serves you best. If being in silence and solitude helps you recharge, do that shit. If being around a lot of people helps you recharge, do that shit too. But do what gets you right. Alright? As long as you're not hurting nobody, do what gets you right. Because at a certain point, being too nice, especially to those who do not deserve your kindness, your warmth, your hellos, your smiles, your hugs, your handshakes, that is a form of self-abandonment. okay? Because they're looking to you to fulfill something that they need to find within themselves, and we are not here for that. Not no more. We leaders. And don't get me wrong, this is not going to be easy for some, especially for those of you who have been giving and giving, and people have been taking of your smiles, your hugs, and your sweet nothings. This, you pay the price. All right? So always choose honesty over harmony. They will respect you in the end. I'm not gonna lie. I grew up a soft kid. I didn't like to fight. I didn't like to argue. I didn't like to be combative. I just wanted peace. But if you brought that shit to me, we about to take it there. Like, you push me far enough, I'm a Taurus up in here. Okay? But Libra Sun Scorpio rising over here, all right? So don't get it twisted. But let's pause. So the reason why I choose softness, and I'm not really too aggressive, is that first off, you got the stereotype angry black woman. You know, like, who wants to live under that? Then it's more or less like, who wants to run around being angry all the time? Get that shit out, get your anger out, and move on. That's what I do. And that's what you're allowed to do as a leader. To return to that balance, to return to that softness. You will have to have your, I feel like it's like when they say anti-drug. So whatever it is for you, that release, and for me it's working out, or catch my TikTok, or talking to a family member. For others it might be painting, reading, doing things. Get back to love. Get back to love. I feel like that preserves you from becoming bitter or angry or despondent towards the world. And once you you come back, you assert your boundaries, people will learn. People will learn. We cozy over here, but you ain't cruising over me. Ain't no door handles over here. Ain't no rugs over here. Wipe your feet somewhere else. Alright, so you're on your spiritual journey and you're in the workplace. And you got all kinds of fucking energy coming at you. That person is angry, or that person is this, and that, Peter, Luke, and John are all type of shit. How do you protect your boundaries? For me, it's prayer. It's, again, doing the things that I love to restore my peace. And for some of you who might think that I'm being, stuck up, because, people are going to think that you're stuck up. It's not engaging when they start talking negatively or start down that rabbit hole, because I can go there. But do I stay there? I'll vent. You're allowed to vent. but don't stay there. All right? Don't live there. It's not a good look. With family, that's gonna be another one. Some of y'all have been around toxic family members your whole life and just chalk it up to, oh, they're family, oh, it's family, oh, it's this. And you don't realize that, you got family members that are haters too. Family members who are toxic as well, just as toxic. Family members who are disrespectful, dismissive, underhanded, undermine you. It's time to start clearing your field. Get some solitude. Go somewhere by yourself. Safe. Somewhere safe. Alright? By yourself. And start to experience the world through your eyes. Because there are some of you out here who are in or around family members who are energetically draining. Go here, go there, come here, go there. Friends too. We're going here, we're going here. It is okay to say no. It is okay to pull away. It is okay to protect your energy, your energetic field. And honestly, you won't know who you truly are until you are by yourself, alone, and learning what you like from what you don't like. What are your yeses? Yeah, you can try certain things. You know what? Go ahead and try it. Because now you know whether or not you don't like it. And not based on what somebody else says. Pause. As a person with grounded power, energetic power, you're literally changing the environment you're in just by being there. It's time to meditate. It's time to meditate at least twice a day. You don't have to do it for long. 10 to 15 minutes will do. Morning, night. Get connected. Replenish your energetic field. Connect to your higher self. These are the things that will ground you. Start to do research. Go on to ChatGPT. Put your birth chart in. Ask questions. Ask as many bizarro type out of this world questions that you can find, that you have in your head to help you. The tools are there. Lastly, how to say no with love. This is for my people pleasers. At a certain point, you're going to get fed up. You're tired. Somebody's badgering you or trying to guilt trip you into some shit. And you have that thought in your head again. Or after you did the thing that you said you didn't really want to do, you have that thought in your head again. I never should have did that. I knew I shouldn't have done that. So what you're going to say going forward, and find it. You can pray on this too. And I said it today. I've been said. Some of these men, they'll come up to you. You want to go on a date? Why didn't you call me? take it or leave it. This is your last chance. Why are you rushing me? Number one, if somebody is rushing you, that is an automatic no. That is an automatic no. I release you with love. I've already told you a dozen times, honey. What are we doing here? What are your intentions? You are allowed to ask this person, what are their intentions? So it's just understanding that you're allowed to say no. You're allowed to say, I release you with love. So if you enjoyed your time here with me in the park and the park sounds, go ahead and drop a like, support the movement. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay strong.